If generative AI or Gen AI seems complex, don't worry. I'll explain it in plain terms to make it click. Let's clear up the confusion around generative AI or Gen AI. I'm going to explain it in a really easy to understand way. I'll break it down simply so everyone can understand. Old AI, think predictive AI. Alright, let's talk about what AI used to be, or what we sometimes call traditional AI. Imagine it as a really sharp forecaster. You feed it lots of past information, and its goal is to predict, identify, or classify. It can answer questions like, is this email junk? Will this person make a purchase? What's the high temperature tomorrow? Is that a cat or a dog in the photo? Essentially, this AI is a master at recognizing patterns and making informed guesses based on what it's already seen. What it doesn't do is invent something from scratch. Generative AI, Gen AI, the creator. But then we have generative AI, and this is a whole new ballgame. Unlike the detective AI, this one is a true creator. It doesn't just recognize, it invents. It can make new images, new stories, new pieces of music, things that simply didn't exist until the AI conjured them up, looking or sounding incredibly authentic. It learns by studying mountains of existing examples, millions of photos, countless lines of text, hours of audio. It's not just memorizing. It's figuring out the underlying patterns, the DNA of how these things are structured. So it grasps the rules of composition, storytelling, or even code. Then, you just give it a simple direction, a little spark or prompt, and it uses those deep patterns to dream up something fresh, unique, and totally convincing. To put it simply, imagine this difference. If you show predictive AI a photo of a cat, it'll tell you, that's a cat. It identifies what's already there. But with generative AI, you can tell it, make me a fluffy cat wearing a tiny hat, and it will dream up and create a brand new image of that exact cat out of nothing. How does it learn to create? The very simplified magic. It looks at tons of examples, e.g., millions of cat pictures. It doesn't just memorize them. It learns the underlying recipe or patterns of what makes a cat, how fur works, how eyes are placed, different body shapes. Then, when you ask for a fluffy cat, it uses that learned cat recipe to cook up a completely new one, adding the fluffy ingredient. So, in short, Gen AI is a type of AI that can create new, original content, text, images, code, etc. that looks or sounds real based on what it learned from massive amounts of data.